So, years after the recession, we're still feeling the effects, particularly in the housing market, aren't they?
It's got to stop. That's what I say. Lawrence and Eddie, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
We are also getting a new snapshot of the nation's overall financial health today. According to the U.S. Commerce Department, the economy in this country grew at a strong 4% annual rate in the second quarter of this year after a sharp contraction caused by the winter. It is the strongest pace in a decade, much.
Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominic on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominic on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominic here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominic on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominic on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominic here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominic on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominic on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. So you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering, what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation? Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. Did you know Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed? It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe! Go to DominickOnTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday. So you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering, what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation? Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. Did you know Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed? It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled you. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominick on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominick on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominick here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominic on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominic on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place. Hi, Dominic here. You're at the right place. In just a few minutes, you will be watching Dominic on the Air right here on this YouTube channel. Just a few minutes, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes and what we all look like. It's kind of scary. Dominic on the Air on this YouTube channel in just a couple of minutes. You're at the right place.
This is Talk on the Air Network.
Warp speed, Mr. Sulu.
The views expressed on Dominic on the Air are not necessarily those of Armstrong and Getty, Clear Channel Radio, AM 650 KSTE, Marshall Phillip, Patches, Vincent Nicholas, Dominic Brasha, Ken Charles, Governor Jerry Brown, Brad Pitt, The Fags, Friends of Armstrong and Getty, Vincent's Mother, David the Border, or White Cat.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Previously, I'm 24.
I'm a black American, and let these people come in here and just take over. I'm not going to sit back and watch it.
The following takes place between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.
Hit it!
From California. Live but recorded. This is Dominic on the Air.
Hello. I am Dominic Brasha. This is Dominic on the Air for, let's see, today is Wednesday, June 30th, July. Oh, I always do that. I know what. I see the J, and to me that's good enough. I figure it's got a J.
It's 4 letters.
That's all it needs.
This is Talk on the Air
Oh,
Network.
here we go. The opening's going to start again. Okay, we got to take care of that. Okay, I'm a little nerve-wracking because we have this new camera system, and I can just instantly cut between you and I.
Nice.
And that person right there is Gina Renee. Hello, Gina. How are you?
Good morning, Dominic. Good morning.
I'm very excited about the show. We've got so much stuff. We've got Whoopi Goldberg stuff. We've got just sexism stuff. We got the hard news stuff. We got the funny news stuff. We're waiting on a guest from Washington D.C. about Chris Christie. We don't know. It's last minute things. So we hope everything goes well, and we hope we can get Chris Christie on, or we don't get Chris Christie on. Not Chris Christie, but the guy who wrote the story.
Right.
I would love to get Chris Christie on.
How awesome would that be?
Oh, that would be
Oh
really
my
awesome.
gosh.
Dude, I was really excited.
He's so funny too, and you're a New Yorker. You have to have an in, right?
Yeah, we're both in the mafia. Didn't you know that? Yeah, he's Chris Christie, and I'm Dominic Brasha. We're in the mafia. It's a thing we all share together. people when I first moved to out of New York, people actually believed that I might be in the mafia.
Right.
Which was kind of weird.
Right. It's a stereotype, and
Yeah.
I guess stereotypes come from some place of truth at some point.
Yeah,
right?
there are some, believe it or not, there are some Italians that are in the mafia. Believe it or not.
Yes.
It's hard to believe. Totally true, but it's hard to believe. So before we get to the birthdays today, I'm putting a commercial together that'll be on tomorrow, hopefully, that I'm not charging for.
Okay.
It's totally for free. And the reason I'm doing it is because I had such a great experience and made such a great new friend at my my auto mechanic place.
Yeah.
It's called Brian Automotive, I think, but I'll have all that stuff and links that I'm doing a commercial with him. I came here just before I moved here. I bought new tires. Went to Sears, new tires and new brake pads, and about 3 hours later, I was noticing tire things. Brian looks and says, "Okay, they put the wrong brake pads on."
Okay.
So I've been driving 2 years with the wrong brake pads.
Oh man.
Okay. My air conditioner. As soon as I came out here, as soon as I got working for Armstrong and Getty, the first thing I did, Renee, Gina Renee. The first thing I did, Gina Renee, was get my air condition fixed. And I went to this great place. It's an Econo play. Great guy always takes, Dominic, they love to see me. They always take Robo Camry. And it never really worked that great, but I figured, it costs $300. Maybe this is the best it could do. Brian looks at it and says, they fixed the air conditioner, but they didn't attach the fuses. So it doesn't work. All they had to do is put the fuses back in. So they didn't do that. So I've been riding around for 2 years with an air conditioner that worked great. So I was like, Brian, I got to tell people about your shop. And he's in Roseville. He's like, I said, dude, I've been going to this one right around the corner, Econo, cheapo, blah blah blah. And Dominic, and it's cost me all this money to get my car fixed because of stuff they didn't do or take care of me. So that's going to be a commercial I am doing, and I'm very, very excited about it.
You're a good guy.
Well, he deserves
you helped your
it.
Friends who helped you, right?
Right, he definitely did, and he deserves it. He's a great guy. Any good thing I can do for him, the better. Okay, it is time to look at birthdays. Yesterday was the first time, Gina, that we did not have a birthday because there was just the people were just too horrible. I mean, it was like, who the heck knew? It was like, whose birthday was horrible. So what we did today is to make up for that. We have 2 birthdays today. First, her name is Lisa Kudrow. You might know her for being on the Armstrong and Getty show and a little show called Friends. It's her birthday today, and she is turning 51.
Now, close your eyes and imagine that you're with Ross. Okay, and imagine that you're kissing him. And you're running your hands all over his body. And then you run your hands through his hair. But, ew, gross. It's some kind of grease.
And birthday number 2. Former governor of the wonderful state of California, Australian-born. And by the way, he's not a Nazi. People, stop saying that. I hate when these people say that. He's been accused. Horrible. He's not a Nazi.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is 67 today.
45 long slide with laser sighting. Anything else? Phased plasma rifle in the 40-watt range. The Uzi 9mm. So, what shall it be? All. I will take it all. I'll be right back.
That's right.
Yes. So they both were very happy. It's their birthday. I hope they have a wonderful birthday. Let's go right now, Gina, to the emails and see what we got. Today is Wednesday. A voicemail if you want to leave us. Oh, yeah, let me give the
numbers.
Where's my little piece of paper with all the numbers on it?
Where's the numbers?
Oh, my God, where are the numbers?
So they're on the bottom of a screen.
Okay.
There's that.
Oh, wait, here it is. Okay. I couldn't do the show without this. These are the numbers. Do you want to read the numbers here?
Yes. If you want to talk to us.
Change of pace.
There we go. If you want to talk to us live, you're going to call 916-596-9877.
Right.
If you'd like to leave us a message,
right.
That number is 916-484-3726.
Now, Gina, I know we have a special number for San Francisco. Could you read that special number for San Francisco?
Yes, it is 9165969877.
Beautiful. Who could ask for more? Now I need that back, or else we won't know what show. I won't know what show this is. I don't even know what's going on. Let's go to voicemail.
Hi, Dominic. I listen to you every day, and I wanted to subscribe, and I went to the website, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. This is Charlie. Bye.
Thank you, Charlie. Well, you know what? The show appeals to all people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never know if I should. I didn't know if I should play that or not because I don't know, Gina. Is that a goof or is that for real?
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. At first, I thought, oh, someone's goofing around, and then it's like, but then as it went on, it's like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a person who talks that way.
It didn't sound like Petri, so.
No.
my damn phone is going boop 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 boop. I got like 20 every time somebody tweets. This thing goes off here.
Well, here, let me call you right
and
now.
I got. How do I stop it? Stop. Okay, I put it on vibrate.
Your left pocket will be so happy.
I gotta tell you, I'm in love. So we're shooting our commercial on Saturday.
Yes.
Very excited about that. A lot of good things are happening.
How's the casting going?
Actually, Chris Quant has found me a good actor.
Oh, great.
But like the other actor that I wanted, he's in the union.
Yeah.
And I had a conniption with Chris on the phone. I said, Chris, the freaking guy's an extra. These people are extras. Okay, they're in the union, but they're extras. Come on. I didn't have this much trouble in Los Angeles. Now, in Los Angeles, I could get a waiver, but it takes like 2 months to get. This is ridiculous. So some guy who's in a football stand as an extra and then puts that on the resume. You know, I hate... Okay, here's my ugly ego is going to come out, and I'm going to say something. So I've been looking at I've been Googling Sacramento acting teachers and things and a lot of good stuff, and it's wow, professional actors, wow, and these are great. And Gina, I look at their resumes, and it's crap. I mean, they were extras. They putting down like, yeah, I worked in Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, you were the guy behind the barn waving. And it's like, I compare it to my resume, and I don't know why the hell I'm not teaching acting classes out here.
Right, you could do pretty well.
It's like you know, it's like I'm thinking to myself, you know, I said I guest starred. I really did. I said I starred in movies. I even argued, I think, with Vince once. He said, well, you actually didn't star in Friday the 13th. You were one of the... I said,
right.
Read the billing.
Right.
And it says co-starring Dominick Braja. So was I starring or not?
Right.
Oh, my ego is so horrible. This is why Jack and Joe got rid of me. Listen, I've talked about Michelle Obama. Okay. And I talked that I didn't think she was the most attractive woman in the world.
Right.
And if people are listening to me, and they've listened to me before in other cities, when I was in Texas, I constantly talked about my crush on Whoopi Goldberg.
Right.
And oh my God, I pointed out that I'd rather sleep with her than Michelle Obama.
Right.
So, but then Whoopi got on The View with Rosie O'Donnell, and she started getting so freaking liberal, and I was like, oh my goodness, yeah. Maybe I don't want her anymore. Whoopi, it's out of luck. I don't want it. But then this week, Whoopi just stood up for something. It's a big story everybody's talking about. And I got to tell you, she's looking attractive to me again. This tells you how men are. Men are disgusting.
Well, I like it when someone, despite their personal views, can see truth.
Yes.
You know, because I can admit, you know, not all the time is the conservative right correct, and not all the time is, you know, you have.
But all the time, Dominick Braja is correct.
Oh, that is true. I forgot that. I got that memo when I signed up for this.
Totally
That's
right. But she's saying something that to me, I don't understand. There's a big controversy. This sports guy said something, and what it is some jock hit his girlfriend.
Right.
And the girlfriend admitted, well, he hit me, but I hit him first. So the question is if a woman hits you, do you have a right to hit back? Now, this guy, he's in trouble. Oh, my God. He's off the air for a week. But some people, like Whoopi, saying, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense here. that even with her kids and her daughter, if you're a man, you don't hit a woman. You don't do it.
Right.
But if a woman hits you first, in my book, and maybe I'm a chauvinist pig, but if a woman hit me, I'd hit her back. I would.
But would you and that's the thing. Would you do it with full force, or isn't it better to?
I would do it with such force, Gina.
You would not.
Gina, I would not. Boom, 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 boom.
I think
Oh, you have no idea, Gina. Don't cross me on this. Don't cross me because you're
I
close. I will come one of these days, Gina. One of these days. No, I would. It's because you know why? Because I am secretly, Gina, a feminist.
Oh,
and women want to be treated equal. So
yeah.
you hit me, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat you just like a man, and I'm going to kick you in the ganongas.
Yeah.
Even though you don't have any ganongas.
I was actually in a relationship years ago when I was very, very young.
Yes.
And there was we were having this big tough in the car, and really young.
Right.
18 years old. And I got really mad, or no, he got mad at me, and he punched me in my leg.
Oh my goodness, that's it. That's abuse. Get out of there. I would have. That's it.
Well, I turned and I hit him in the leg, and then I hit him in the arm, and then I pulled back, and we're driving, and I hit him but I pulled back just in time to not hit him too hard in the chin.
Oh.
And then and I was like kind of freaked out, and then he turned and he hit me, tried to swing at my face and kind of dodged, and then but the next light jumped out of the car and ran. So,
what is, first of all, he was wrong in that situation.
Yeah.
Because he hit first. Because I'm very fair. It's one thing I'm cursed with, and that's fairness. What is Dominic cursed with? Fairness. Yes. He hit first.
Right.
So you should get out of the car. That's abuse.
Right.
But if he was driving the car and you punched him in the face.
Right.
Gina, I love you, but those invisible braces you're wearing would be right the hell on the floor of the car, because I'd sock you silly, man. I'd sock you. I just would, because Gina, you're an equal in my eyes.
Right, but you're going to be the one in trouble. So really,
well, we don't know the law. Well, we don't know. What we have to do, Gina, is we have to take a quick break.
Okay.
And then when we return, we'll see what Whoopi Goldberg said on The View, which is so controversial. And then I will smack the crap out of you. Who would win in a fight, me or Gina? Who knows? I think I would win. We'll continue. I'm Dominic. This is Dominic on the Air. So you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation. Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. You know, Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed. It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe! Go to DominiconTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday. Okay, I've got something cool to tell you about. Mother and daughter, they come from South Africa. They set up a website so you can buy really cool stuff. It's called UNIIK Stuff. You know me, Dominic. I can hardly pronounce my name. I would say Stuff. Just go to UNIIK Stuff. They go around the world to find really, really cool and interesting stuff. You buy straight from them at excellent prices. Need gifts at amazing prices? It's boutique things without boutique prices. What do they got? Jewelry, stationery, kids' hats, watches, lockets, and hundreds of more things. If you don't know what you want to buy somebody for a present, go there, look around. You might find just what you need. It's called Yuki Stuff. UNIIKSTUFF.com. The link's at DominickOnTheAir.com. Just go to links. UNIIK Stuff. Gifts that are delightfully different.
I have a lot of meetings with clients, and with so much of my business being done online, a lot of my meetings are with people that are in other parts of the country, sometimes in other countries. Scheduling meetings with out-of-towners was impossible until I started using GoToMeeting. Not only can I meet with clients that are out of town, but a meeting with local people doesn't take up all day of me driving to their office and back and having the meeting. You can conference with as few as 5 to as many as 100 participants. You can even share documents with them, conduct staff meetings, give sales presentations, even collaborate with coworkers that are at other locations. It's so much more personal than a conference call on a speakerphone sitting on a desk. Now get this, you can try GoToMeeting for free for 30 days. Just go to webconferencetrial.com. webconferencetrial.com. Imagine having meetings all over town and all over the world in just one day. So visit webconferencetrial.com for your free 30-day trial. webconferencetrial.com.
Back to Dominick on the air.
Every single day in Hollywood, an actor slides further into obscurity. 2 careers were saved from the first Sharknado. For others, the help never came. So won't you be an angel and continue to help Tara Reid's career? By only donating 140 minutes of your time, you can bring Sharknado 2 ratings high enough so that she may actually book another acting job. You don't want her becoming abused by the press or signing posters of American Pie at a downtown convention hall just to pay for medical expenses. And by watching Sharknado 2, you'll also be helping another down-on-his-luck actor, Ian Ziering. This is literally all he has. So please watch. Tara's botched plastic surgery won't pay for itself. Thank you.
So wrong.
I have friends who really love those Sharknado movies just because they're so bad they're good.
So stupid. Dominick on the air with Gina Renee talking about that's boy. But Tara, I heard that she was a real horrible person to work with.
Really?
Tara Reid, yeah.
Really?
And she was out, she was out there partying every night, and she was. Speaking of women,
yes.
and we just had a discussion about Whoopi Goldberg and what's going on.
And I kicked your butt during the commercials. So
yes, you did. We had an arm wrestle.
Yes, I won.
This is sort of I think we have 2 of them today. This is my new women update. Yes, that was women. Okay. Should a man have a right to hit a woman back if the woman hits him first? I say yes. Gina, because she's a woman, says, well, maybe with an open fist, maybe not so hard. Hit me back with not so hard. Well, I totally disagree because I am not going to treat you like a sex object, Gina. I am going to treat
this
you.
Once.
I'm going to treat you like an equal. So if you slug me, I'm going to hit you too quick. So Whoopi Goldberg's in trouble because she was on The View, and it's interesting. Listen to what happened on The View, especially when one of the lawyers. This gets me. This is a feminist lawyer talking about how women have the right to hit men. Here, listen to this.
Basically said no man should ever hit a woman. The comment that he made is based on what the young lady said she did. Let me just make that clear to y'all. Yeah. She said I hit him, and I believe that's what Stephen is pointing out. I just want to say
for a man hitting a woman unless
his life is in jeopardy.
No, I'm sorry.
He knocked her.
If you hit somebody, you cannot be sure you are not going to get hit back. Because no. Oh yeah, you have to teach women. You have to teach women.
Learn women.
Do not put your hands on anybody. Do not. Let me. You have to teach women. Do not live with this idea that men have the chivalry thing still with them.
Right.
Don't assume that that's still in place.
Right.
So don't be surprised if you hit a man and he hits you back. You hit somebody, they hit you back.
Okay,
Don't be surprised.
When it comes to physical strength,
Men have already been taught.
There's no circumstance to hit a girl unless your life is in danger. I've tried a lot of domestic violence cases. Men cannot hit women. Period.
Then you have to teach the women not to put their hands up on anybody.
Let's blame the victim, though.
Blaming the victim?
Yes, you started it.
Blame the victim. I just said don't anybody hit anybody. Don't hit anybody. But if you make the choice as a woman who's 4'3" and you decide to hit a guy who's 6 foot tall and you're the last thing he wants to deal with that day and he hits you back, you cannot be surprised. Let's not hit anyone.
In jail.
Not for nothing.
She
But
makes really good points.
how stupid?
Mm-hmm.
How stupid do you have to be if you're 5'4" to hit a guy who's 6'3"?
Right.
And this whole idea of, you know what, I got to tell you, 50 years ago, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But, if 50 years ago, people didn't have the way they have things now with women wanting equality.
Mm-hmm.
Gina, a woman is in the military. A woman supposedly is going to fight in the army with men.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to tell the enemy?
Don't hit her, she's a girl.
You're not allowed to hit the women soldiers. But you can hit the men soldiers. How hypocritical are we? So my thing is, women can't have it both ways.
No.
Women want to be cops.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be in the military. They want all this stuff. If you hit your husband and he hits you back, duh.
Right.
Duh. And it's just amazing to me that we are arguing. And you heard the liberals that, well, you're going to jail. You're going to jail if you do it.
Right.
I think that is so wrong.
I have been witness to many a physical female who's smacking on their husband or whatever. When I was younger, I saw things, and I was always impressed with the guy who could have so much restraint, emotional restraint, to just restrain the female.
That ain't me.
Just restrain
that ain't
her,
me.
put her in a room.
There's too much restraint there. I am totally against hitting women. Think it's wrong.
Right.
I think it's women hitting men
is wrong.
Are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But could it be if a woman turns around and slugs a guy and he slugs her back?
Right.
Could this not be a teaching moment?
Yeah.
Could this not be? Because for the rest of her life, this woman's going to remember, this didn't work too well.
No.
When I punched the guy in the face.
Right.
And you got to understand, let me tell you where I'm coming from. I was adamant about opening doors for women.
Right.
I was adamant about all this stuff. I personally believe women are different.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe women should be respected more than men, because men are pigs and women are what make us human.
Yeah.
And I believe that. And I believe that women are the weaker sex. And I believe that women should not be in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I believe women should be, when the guy comes back from the war, should be, honey, you're back. Here, right. I made some soup. Okay, people have heard me say that, and people have hated me for that. But that's where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
So for Dominick right now to say, if a woman hits you, you have every right in the world to slug her right back.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to see where I'm coming from. I want people to understand that I'm giving you what you want.
Right.
I'm giving you equal treatment.
Right.
And equal treatment means I'm not going to open the door for you. I'm going to stupidly let you be in the military.
But here's the thing, guys. You're going to be the one who gets in trouble if you hit her back. That is the bottom line.
Not always. Not because I watch this show Cops. You ever watch the show Cops?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I get all my information on police. I have this one cop, really great guy. He keeps calling me saying, I think he called me yesterday. You want to come on a ride along?
Ooh.
You want to come on? I'm like, no, because they won't give me a gun. If they give me a gun, I'll go. I saw this movie where this guy's on a ride along, and the two cops get out to search some guy, and I think the guy was a vampire. And
slightly different.
I was a vampire, and the vampire killed both the cops, and then he was coming towards the guy sitting in the backseat on the ride along.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't have a crucifix. He didn't have a stake. He didn't have a gun. So,
no garlic.
Yeah, we're gonna have this officer on because we first started talking because I said that not all cops are great, and I've had bad experience with police officers and some good, mainly bad. And he works for the gang unit, and he's gonna tell us all about these what's going on with the.
Oh, that'll be really good.
Yeah,
that'll be really good.
We got to get him. I just got to figure out a time when to get him on. Now that we can do all this guest stuff, which is exciting.
You're doing so good.
So
growing, moving.
So if some police officers will actually look at a man, and if the man's been hit and the woman's been hit, will sometimes arrest the woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's rare.
Yeah. That's on Cops. That's on Cops. I saw the episode. My right hand.
Well, in South Sacramento, when I was growing up, all the guys got hauled away.
I know. It isn't. Well, because we're in a new era. We're in an era of everybody's the same.
So the bottom line is, people, keep your hands to yourself. When you're in school, it's keep your hands to yourself. Everybody's in trouble.
If you love somebody, if you're dating somebody, don't hit them.
No.
Why would you hit someone? Why would you really hit almost anybody else unless their life was in danger?
Right.
Well, I wouldn't. You could call me a MFer. You can call me a PGer. I don't know what that means, but I figured I needed more initials. You can call me LOGer. What does that mean? MICC. Call me I don't know what that means. But you call me those initials, and I'm going to probably walk away. I'm going to yell back. People wonder if I'm mad at certain people at Clear Channel or upset or hurt. And actually, the only thing I would do is if I saw one of these management people is I would yell. I'd say, what the hell is wrong with you? Why did you treat another human being like this? Why did you do that? I would yell. But would I hit? Would I hurt? Never, never, never. I don't go there. Now, if besides being ridiculed and cursed at by discriminated against by certain Clear Channel management people, people say, well, you should have slugged them. No, I wouldn't do that.
No.
People have called up and said, listen, can I go slug them? I said, no, you can't. Yeah. We're giving out our bumper stickers, and a guy called up and said, can I go put a bumper sticker on Jack Armstrong's car? I said, no, we don't want that. That's not what we're all about. We're, but don't hit. And that's what you should teach your little girls. Don't hit.
Don't hit, people.
And and it's a simple lesson. If women want equality, that's what you got to do.
Well, doesn't it come back down to treat people as the way you want to be treated?
Right.
This is a very simple concept.
Right.
I don't understand why people don't get that.
Now, I'm thinking about it because my mom, she hit, but she hit herself. She did this. Oh, I married this man. Why did I marry him? And then she'd get her head right over here, be red.
Oh, my gosh.
And she'd say to my father, look, I'm red. This is what you did to me. I'm red. And she'd hit her head against. And she did go after my father a couple times, and he did do the thing where he grabbed her and restrained her,
right?
And said, calm down. And she was wailing, and she would throw dishes, and she was like that. And my father would say, you're just a Sicilian. And my mother would say, you're just this man I met in a bar. So I mean, like, there was no. So listen, we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. We're gonna see. We might have a guest on when we come back from Washington about what's going on with Governor Chris Christie. Who knows? This is live radio.
Yeah.
We'll continue. I'm Dominick Brascia with Gina Renee. This is Dominick on the air. We'll continue. So you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek
vacation. Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. Did you know Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed? It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday. Okay, I've got something cool to tell you about. Mother and daughter, they come from South Africa. They set up a website so you can buy really cool stuff. It's called UNIIK Stuff. You know me, Dominic. I can hardly pronounce my name. I would say Stuff. Just go to UNIIK Stuff. They go around the world to find really, really cool and interesting stuff. You buy straight from them at excellent prices. Neat gifts at amazing prices. It's boutique things without boutique prices. What do they got? Jewelry, stationery, kids' hats, watches, lockets, and hundreds of more things. If you don't know what you want to buy somebody for a present, go there, look around. You might find just what you need. It's called Yuki Stuff. UNIIKSTUFF.com. The link's at DominickOnTheAir.com. Just go to links. UNIIK Stuff. Gifts that are delightfully different.
I have a lot of meetings with clients, and with so much of my business being done online, a lot of my meetings are with people that are in other parts of the country, sometimes in other countries. Scheduling meetings with out-of-towners was impossible until I started using GoToMeeting. Not only can I meet with clients that are out of town, but a meeting with local people doesn't take up all day of me driving to their office and back and having the meeting. You can conference with as few as 5 to as many as 100 participants. You can even share documents with them, conduct staff meetings, give sales presentations, even collaborate with coworkers that are at other locations. It's so much more personal than a conference call on a speakerphone sitting on a desk. Now get this, you can try GoToMeeting for free for 30 days. Just go to webconferencetrial.com. webconferencetrial.com. Imagine having meetings all over town and all over the world in just one day. So visit webconferencetrial.com for your free 30-day trial. webconferencetrial.com.
Back to Dominic on the air.
Now that the Dollar Tree has bought the Family Dollar Store, we're raising the bar and raising the prices. We will now be known as the $2 Store. Sorry.
Okay, the $2 Store. So your names. We're covering the news. We're coming to you live. We're also you can also pick us up on iTunes, our podcast after the show. What a great story in today's Politico. It's titled Dead Man Walking or Comeback Kid. Mm-hmm. It's all about, we haven't heard a lot about him, but I got to tell you, I don't find all these really great Republican candidates.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I wanted Newt Gingrich and I wanted Donald Trump. Right. I'm a little nuts. But what's going on with Chris Christie? Here joining us, political reporter for Politico, Katie Glick. Katie, welcome to the show. How are you? I think I did something wrong. Katie, are you there? Okay. Katie, you there? No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, for some reason...
1 second, Katie.
Okay, we got a little technical glitch here. Okay.
Little technical glitch. We're working on it.
Okay, there we go. Katie, you there?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we could. This is the first time that the equipment has ever failed us. Katie, this Chris Christie guy, right? He's the governor. He was the big bright hope of the Republican Party and conservatives. Mm-hmm. Has he, because of this Bridgegate thing, is there any chance of recovery?
Whether he can recover to the position that he was in before the Bridgegate scandal broke is perhaps a separate question from whether he can recover enough to be, a relatively viable candidate in 2016. There are a lot of members of kind of the so-called Republican establishment that haven't really given up hope on him. They they take a look at the party, and they at this point in the game they don't necessarily see one clear, front runner coming from the establishment wing of the party. Some people are concerned about the ascendancy of Senator Rand Paul, who has certainly gained traction with other corners of the party, they still see that there is space for kind of a different kind of candidate, and they think Chris Christie could still fill that void.
Bridgegate, we're out here in California, so I guess it's not covered as much as it is in Washington and on the East Coast. Is he guilty? What happened? What's the latest? I mean, I haven't heard anything. I don't hear anything out here in California about an issue like that.
Right.
I kind of think, well, there didn't seem to be much to it.
Well, certainly what the scandal did do was draw a lot of attention and scrutiny to Christie in a way that he perhaps hadn't experienced on the national stage. Because previously, there had been all kinds of national attention on him, but more in terms of his embrace of President Obama, for example,
right.
or kind of his resounding victory re-election bid in November. But so this was a different kind of scrutiny. Suddenly, you saw all kinds of stories going back, looking at other elements of his past and sort of digging deeper into his record in New Jersey. But what his allies would note is that at this point, there hasn't been one smoking gun, if you will.
Yeah, talking to Katie Glick, political reporter for Politico. One of the things that really I liked. And for me as someone, because I wasn't too thrilled about him, and then I was thrilled about him. It's like hot and cold. When he had that 2-hour long press conference, it reminded me of documentaries I've seen where John F. Kennedy would sit there for hours with the press and just really answer everything and talk it out and say, "Come on, let's face it," and have like a one-to-one. That made me, in my mind, make him like me more. You think that huge press conference was a positive or a negative, Katie?
Well, at the time, and of course this is going back, more than half a year, or just about there, some people approved of the way that he did handle that initial press conference. As you noted, it went on for a long time. He seemed to be projecting the sense that he was going to stay there and handle every question, try and be as straightforward as he could.
Right.
That did not, at the same time, that did not lay to rest many of the questions that some still did have, and perhaps some continue to have concerning the scandal. And other documents have come out since then. He's held many other town halls since then, other press conferences, and for some, questions have remained. But in terms of the bigger picture of what that meant for him was that even if there wasn't even if he wasn't, I guess, directly implicated, it certainly did train national focus on him in a very different light. It, for a time, appeared to kind of knock him out of serious discussions regarding 2016. But many of his allies are hopeful that he can kind of make a comeback.
Katie, this is Gina. Thanks for coming on the show today. I really appreciate what you have to say there about Christie. I was thinking about what you were saying. 2016 seems so far away. Doesn't he have time to recover from that? I mean, we've got a lot of low information voters who don't see, they'll pick up on tidbits. Couldn't he come out and be that force that Dominick was just talking about and show that, he's just a guy who wants to approach, he wants to be open, he wants to talk, if he can get back to that place, do you see that being him being a more viable candidate?
Well, he has a lot of very prominent, friends and allies who, clear members and longtime members of the Republican establishment that are certainly, that may be willing to do kind of whatever they can to help him get back to that position. Regardless, absolutely, we are still several years out from the election. That's several political lifetimes. I mean, we kind of remember who was the front runner. At this point, I guess. 2006.
Right.
So a whole lot can change, exactly. But for the moment, what there are some indications that this has taken a toll, clearly, on his national reputation, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be how people are talking about him in 2
Talking
years.
to Katie Glick from Politico, and I have one last question before we let you go, and thanks for doing the show, but I would like to apologize, Katie, for this question before I ask it.
Okay.
And feel free to hang up the phone if you don't. But you're in Washington. I kind of work in the media, and I know how I was working for Armstrong and Getty, and we were going to do television commercials, and we sat down and said they don't have a face for television, and so we used little cartoons instead. You know, the public, you have to have a certain persona in the media. You got to have a certain look. The fact that he's losing weight, and who knows, by election time he might practically be in good shape. Do you think him being overweight, is there been any kind of talk that this might be a factor of people not wanting him to be president?
You know, if you go back, especially before the Bridgegate incident, in which there was this kind of relentless talk about him in 2016 prospect, because for a time, you know, he looked like the Republican frontrunner.
Right.
You know, you certainly did have people, you know, raising questions about that, not necessarily saying that that would be a factor, but you know, pointing to questions about his health.
Yeah.
Of course, I had surgery to sort of start that process of getting into better shape. And you know, so it was certainly an issue that was discussed. It was an issue that you know, someone raised questions about, you know, how is his health, which is, you know, of course, a question that any presidential candidate would get, and we saw.
Yeah, and we always leave this out, but it's people who have you know, a good-looking. If you're a great-looking person like Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton, it's just. For some reason, I just think of my mom, and Bill Clinton looks like the president, you know? It's weird, but, you know, that's what some people look at.
Well, certainly optics matter.
That's right.
That's for sure. And, you know, this was an issue that was discussed some for him in the past. Of course, he's lost weight since...
yes, looking very good, very svelte. That's a Jewish word, svelte, looks very svelte. Katie, thank you so much for coming on the show. We truly appreciate it. Great insight. The story is called Dead Man Walking or The Comeback Kid. Check it out in Politico. Thanks for being on Dominick on the Air.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay. I got to tell you, I think in this era of really good-looking people, Gina, that we are not going to see an ugly president anytime soon.
You know, that just kind of makes me a little sick to my stomach. You know, here we are in right now our society says don't judge people based on their looks and make sure that, you know, you're not stereotyping and all this stuff, and yet we're still so vain.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, Gina. Nothing wrong with that. I got a president. I don't want an ugly president. I'm sorry. The president goes to Russia, and you're good-looking, whatever this guy is, Putin, and we got like a little goofy-looking guy with a big nose and acne problems.
We never had Lincoln. He's very goofy-looking.
Well, not for nothing. Everyone says Lincoln was ugly. In those days, you look at those pictures, not a lot of good-looking people.
We had a president in a wheelchair. We wouldn't have that today based on these standards.
No, I could go for. As long as he was a good-looking president in a wheelchair. It's like,
so we'll hobble Bieber and we'll run him up the flagpole.
You know, it's just, I think in a way, if I could, and people say I get too religious sometimes on the show, I think God does this as a hint to us. God means us to only make good-looking people lead us. That's why He makes the leaders good-looking. That's it. That's in Scripture somewhere. I read it somewhere in Scripture. I know it's in there. So listen. She was a good interview, you think?
I think so. Yeah. She was really good. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Katie. We'll continue. Something weird happened on MSNBC today. We'll tell you about it. This is Dominick on the Air. So you consider yourself a true
friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering, what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation? Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. Did you know Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed? It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air? The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday. Okay, I've got something cool to tell you about. Mother and daughter, they come from South Africa. They set up a website so you can buy really cool stuff. It's called UNIIK Stuff. You know me, Dominic. I can hardly pronounce my name. I would say Stuff. Just go to UNIIK Stuff. They go around the world to find really, really cool and interesting stuff. You buy straight from them at excellent prices. Neat gifts at amazing prices. It's boutique things without boutique prices. What do they got? Jewelry, stationery, kids' hats, watches, lockets, and hundreds of more things. If you don't know what you want to buy somebody for a present, go there, look around. You might find just what you need. It's called UNIIK Stuff. UNIIKSTUFF.com. The link's at DominickOnTheAir.com. Just go to links. UNIIK Stuff. Gifts that are delightfully different.
I have a lot of meetings with clients, and with so much of my business being done online, a lot of my meetings are with people that are in other parts of the country, sometimes in other countries. Scheduling meetings with out-of-towners was impossible until I started using GoToMeeting. Not only can I meet with clients that are out of town, but a meeting with local people doesn't take up all day of me driving to their office and back and having the meeting. You can conference with as few as 5 to as many as 100 participants. You can even share documents with them, conduct staff meetings, give sales presentations, even collaborate with coworkers that are at other locations. It's so much more personal than a conference call on a speakerphone sitting on a desk. Now get this, you can try GoToMeeting for free for 30 days. Just go to webconferencetrial.com. webconferencetrial.com. Imagine having meetings all over town and all over the world in just one day. So visit webconferencetrial.com for your free 30-day trial. webconferencetrial.com.
Dominic here for a special petition I want you to sign. It won't cost you anything. I gotta tell you, I'm puzzled why the people who listen to the show don't sign the petition. It's for a great cause. It's a lifetime exemption from personal income tax for people who win the Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, there's only like 73 of these people. These people have risked their lives. Some of them have lost limbs. It's very, very hard to win one of these things. Everyone's a hero. I know movie stars are a hero, but these guys are true heroes. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com, click on links, and sign the petition. It'll take you 30 seconds. It'll cost you nothing. It's really a nice way to show you support the troops, that you support America. Now, everybody coming back from the war is a hero, but the Congressional Medal of Honor winners, they went above the call of duty. Please, I'm asking. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com, links, click on sign the petition. Thank you and God bless.
Back to Dominic on the air.
This is kind of cool. A man in Maryland claims that he found one of President Obama's custom golf balls in the woods near the golf course where the president played over the weekend. Yeah. Obama said he's been looking for his balls for a while, and then Democrats said, yeah, we know.
Oh, that is so wrong, Gina. So wrong. It's a Wednesday. This is Dominic on the air with Gina Renee, talking about the latest news and what's happening and our opinions and whatever else comes up. People always say to me, Gina, what exactly do you do? What is Dominic on the air? Like, this is a computer show. And this is a show where we talk about sex. And this is a show where we talk about birds. We talk about whatever is news.
Right.
And we just try to give you some common sense. You know, because like we talk about the Whoopi Goldberg thing, and there, at first when you just get 2 seconds of it on the news, it's like, yeah, well, you should never hit a woman. But then when you really put it in perspective and you say, well, wait a minute, we have women soldiers. So like, if you're dating a woman Marine and she punches you in the mouth and you're a man and your first instinct is to punch her back, did you do really wrong? Or, I mean, can we blame the guy? He's dating a freaking Marine. He's dating Janice Gomer Pyle. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And then, you know, we put it, we kind of offered a different view. I never watched this Morning Joe show. Never. Because when the show's on, I am preparing the Armstrong and Getty show. And so I'm getting other stuff ready. But Joe and Jack usually watch the show before they come into the station. And they're always saying, oh, you got to get this clip, you got to get this. Brzezinski chick, she said this, and blah, 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 blah. And so from what I understand of the show, have you ever seen it?
I've not. I'm pulling it right now.
This Morning Joe guy is sort of like a conservative light.
Okay.
And he represents the conservative point of view. And this chick, Mika Brzezinski. Did anyone check to see if she's a communist? What the hell kind of name is that? Throw her off the air! She's a commie! No,
it sounds Polish.
Oh, does it? Mika Brzezinski. So she's always, oh my goodness. The times I have seen it and the clips we pull from her, she is so out there on the left. And
really?
Yeah, and it amazes me right now how the left is anti-Israel, it seems, to me anyway. And
always has been and probably always will be.
I was trying to get a guest on, and he's a Jewish attorney, and he's got all these facts about how we make all these movies about Hitler and how that's horrible, and it is, of course, but we don't see what's happening right now, which is if we were living in Nazi Germany, Gina, we don't know. Oh yeah, wait, we're going to kill all the Jews. It wasn't like that. It didn't start that way.
No.
We are, in my opinion, we are living in the same time almost when it was leading up to the mass executions of Jews. We are in a time where in the very near future, I fear there might be another attempt to kill millions and millions and millions of Jews. Genocide will be something tried again. I believe that. A lot of liberals, especially stupid Jewish liberals, and I love Jews. You know, I love Gina. If I had a choice between hanging out with a Christian or a Jew, who would I pick?
I think the Jews.
That's exactly right, because I love the Jews. Brzezinski, she slipped on today's Morning Joe. She was, you know, it's like we say, we'll be right back, and blah blah blah. She slipped, and I think it was really interesting what she said. Let's give it a listen.
Okay.
At least 50 more Palestinians have died over the past 24 hours in Gaza as the Israeli offensive enters its 23rd day. This brings the death toll from Israel's 3-week offensive to over 1,250. At about 4:30 a.m. today, 2 shells hit a school in the Jabalia.
Okay, that's totally the wrong clip. Here's the right clip.
Okay. Eastern time. Still ahead, a new healthcare crisis. The U.S. Surgeon General is calling for immediate action to stop the rise of skin cancer. He'll explain why the new cause for concern. Keep it right here on Morning Jew. Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, you hear that? Morning Jew.
And she couldn't even blame it on her braces like I did last week.
Yeah, let's hear that again. No, what did she say again, Brzezinski said?
Skin cancer. He'll explain why the new cause for concern. Keep it right here on Morning Jew. Joe.
Wow.
Morning Joe, Morning Jew. What I think, and it goes to my theory that all liberals are secretly racist, is that she was thinking that conservatives who are for... I left this biggest part of the story. How could I leave it out? Do you know who she was interviewing right before she made that little slip?
No.
The ambassador from Israel.
Oh.
So she was just talking to a Jewish guy. She says, we'll be right back. And she says, well, what does she say?
Skin cancer. He'll explain why the new cause for concern. Keep it right here on Morning Jew. Joe.
Morning
He'll explain why the new cause for concern. Keep it right here on Morning Jew. Joe.
Joe. Is that a smoking gun?
It could be.
I definitely. I think
Definitely a slip of some sort.
It's some. You know.
Oh, that's like
They say Freudian slips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patches told us that story years ago about being at a bank teller. He was a young guy. And the lady leans over and she's pretty well endowed and she's also and he's trying to get cash out of the bank and he says, I want big boobs. Big bill.
Yes.
It's a slip.
Yeah, I like some big boobs. Now we can play the clip I played beginning about what's going on right now in Israel. Did the UN warn Israel at least 17 times that a school that had UN refugees in there, and what happened? Here's the latest going on in that Israel bombing of a UN school.
At least 50 more Palestinians have died over the past 24 hours in Gaza as the Israeli offensive enters its 23rd day. This brings the death toll from Israel's 3-week offensive to over 1,250. At about 4:30 a.m. today, 2 shells hit a school in the Jabalia refugee camp.
The Jabalia school, the UN school that was just shelled.
There were warnings by the Israeli military for residents to leave the area. And again, 44% of Gaza has been declared a military buffer zone.
No one talks about another UN school had rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Israel pointed out that they were rockets. They're shooting and trying to kill Israelis.
Mm-hmm.
The UN went in there and took the rockets and gave them back to the terrorists.
Nice.
It's so ignorant, and I'm not just backing Israel because I love Jews. There's some things that happen in Israel and they're not so great. But when you weigh, no one is 100% white hat and 100% black hat.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be things happen, and even us in America, sometimes we bomb the wrong place, and you and I know, and we know because we love this country. We know that when America bombs a milk factory, thinking there were chemical weapons there, you know that Bill Clinton didn't say, okay, that's a milk factory. There are kids there. Let's bomb it.
Yeah, let's do it on purpose.
Yeah, you and I both know that, right? We know that. It's not what America's about. It's not what, I don't care what you say about Bill Clinton. It's not something he would say, let's do this. But yet, other countries don't see that. They don't know, or they don't hear that whenever there's a tragedy, America's risked their lives flying there and sending food and money and resources. They don't hear that. They hear all the propaganda that we are the great Satan.
Correct.
So I could understand a little bit why once accidents like this happen, but I think it's the job of our media to point out, yeah, okay, we really believe that was a chemical weapons place. We didn't do it on purpose, and the president do it on purpose. I think that's important for our media to do. And
why do you think they don't? Why? Even her language. They said the Israeli offensive.
Yeah.
Is it an offensive? Because offensive means that you're the one who's starting it, right? You're not defending yourself. They were defending themselves because they were having.
It's very simple, and this is the absolute truth. It's because that was from a liberal station, and liberals believe that America is bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It seems too simple, but that's what it is. We'll continue another hour of Dominick on the air. Stay right there. We'll continue. Don't touch anything. Hey, you can touch some things.
This is Talk on the Air Network.
The views expressed on Dominick on the Air are not necessarily those of Armstrong and Getty, Clear Channel Radio, AM 650 KSTE, Marshall Phillip, Patches, Vincent Nicholas, Dominic Brashek, Ken Charles, Governor Jerry Brown, Brad Pitt, and Getty, Vincent's mother, David the Border, or White Cat.
Radio is hard. Because it was beating Rush Limbaugh. He was very happy. But he also thought we were fools for working for free. I'm black. I'm the first black president. That means I can do anything because all you whiteys are scared I might call you a racist. Where's the humanity?
So why you on the Jew side more than you're on the Arab side?
I'm not on the Jew side.
You are. You sound like you're on the
Did you hear this
more
woman?
than Arab.
Why are you on the Jew side?
Do I look fat? Does my ass look big in these pants?
No, hon, your ass looks great. My life, I've never asked anybody to do anything for me. I'm asking you to do something. Please help me. 911. My sister, I think she's dying. No. My sister is. Hello. Yeah. Do you speak English? Are you racist? Vincent, you were so right. They were trying to fire us for doing the podcast. Where's the humanity? Because anyone who thinks that they can get an operation and become a woman has got a psychological problem. I would tell Jewish kids, stop throwing rocks at people with guns. I need to bring the cat in to get circumcised.
What?
She says, what? We don't do that. She said, what is the cat, Jewish? Hit it!
From California. Live but recorded. This is Dominick on the air.
Good morning. I'm Dominick Brasha with special co-host Gina Renee. Good morning, Gina.
Good morning. You know, I found myself humming that tune the other day. In my
Isn't
house.
it weird? So, you know, now that the show's expanding and we're moving to other cities and stuff, I think I like it because the song's kind of tacky, like sounds really crass, garage band type thing. But I literally stopped, and this was something on Armstrong and Getty. We always would sit around after the show and try to figure out, should we do this? What is this? And so I've been thinking, is that music too tacky, or should I go with a more traditional theme?
I like it. Like I said, I think it's unique. It's not been heard before. And like I said, I was at home the other day, and then the other day I was at work walking down the hallway.
I like it. And 99% of all our music is written by is original and written by people who are fans of the Dominick on the Air show.
And how much better is that?
I know. I got this one guy, and he writes our going to commercial music and some of our commercial. This music right here. And I got to tell you, man, I love this. It's exactly perfect, and it's like pushing you to the commercial, and it's like also it's a little hard rock that says, you know, we're a little edgy on the show.
Yeah, definitely sets a theme. Just like when you're in a play, you have to have good music or that ties into the play, or you could actually change the mood of it.
And you know what? I get some emails from people. People subscribe. You haven't subscribed, you're gonna miss tomorrow's big show. But I get people from subscribe, and people who even don't subscribe, and they say, you know, sometimes you talk a little bit about too much about this, you talk a little bit too much about that, and I know that. But the thing is that's what's edgy. And if I sit here and I really say, you see me, Gina, when I actually sit here and I go, oh, should I say this?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm really wondering, should I admit, like on the other show, that I smoked pot with Tobey Maguire?
Right.
Spider-Man and I smoke pot. Should I admit that? But my friends know that because we've talked about it. And should I? And I really don't know. And so if I fail in giving too much information. And there is some stuff I'm holding back, and you ain't gonna get it. But
that's next week.
It's next week, and only for subscribers.
That's right.
Yes, I do. You know, I do sometimes tend, but please, you know my heart. That's what I always used to say to Jack and Joe. Guys, you know my heart. When they say, why would you do this? I'd say, you know my heart. I didn't mean anything by it.
That's something that's really frustrating. I had a job at one time, and they had something was misconstrued of how I presented something. I didn't filter it enough when I was saying it. I was talking about something,
right.
And the person who'd known me for years, 10 years, was offended by it. And I looked at this person. I said, you know me. You know my heart. How could you take it that way? Have I ever? Is that the content of my character? How could you think that of me?
Exactly. I know. It's amazing to me. People don't know. By the way, I've been remiss, haven't given out the phone numbers because we are live, 916-596-9877, 916-596-9877. My good friend, Dr. Joe, I was at his house last night, and we were working on his computer because he's like, I want to hear the show, blah, blah, blah. We actually clicked on a YouTube thing, and I was showing it to him, and he says, I want to listen tomorrow live, and I said, please do. So he said, I'm going to call in, so I'm hoping
Joe, call
Dr.
in.
Joe
Dr.
call
Joe,
in,
call in.
916-596-9877, 916-596-9877. He's a great guy. The only problem is Joe likes to lie. And it's like he lies. He's a liar, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And I'm very gullible. So he'll sit there and tell me this 20-minute story about how he met his wife. Oh, yeah. And it's a whole thing about how he wanted to sing and no one would let him sing. And then they finally said, okay, Joe, the big star didn't arrive. You can go on and sing. And he went on the stage and he was singing. And the audience was leaving. And everybody left except one beautiful woman. And their eyes met. And he looked at her and they looked at each other. And the show ended. And right after the show, Joe says he went outstage back and she was the only one in the audience. And this was his future wife, and he started talking to her. And he said, listen, I know I don't sing great, I sing an Italian song, but thank you for staying. And she said, oh, no, I think you were wonderful. He said, well, can I ask you if we can go out and have dinner sometime? And she's like, well, yes, okay, that would be fine. She said, but there's only one thing. Can you figure out somehow my dress is caught in the seat and I can't get off of this? So Joe tells me this story and I'm like, wow, man, wow. And I'm like, this is great. And then he looks and says it's a total lie.
Total improv genius.
Total lie. Makes up stories. And I'm like, okay. I thought that was the greatest story. And I said, I don't like, I tell you guys when you do the odd news, sometimes people say, well, I got a story and it's really funny, but I found that it isn't true. I'd always rather go with the true story because it's just, and then if you actually do a story that you think is true and it's not, well, it's okay. It's an honest mistake, but I don't like the contrivance. The contrive. I don't like things that are contrived. I don't like that. What does he do for a living? He talks on the radio. I don't like things that are. That's what I like about the show, that we're kind of real. Speaking of real stuff, Gina, you watch this show, The Bachelorette, at all?
I do. Don't judge me for it, though. I watch it. It's one of my mom's favorite shows, and it's something we get to talk about every week. So she watches it. I make sure I watch it, and then we chat about it afterwards. I cannot stand this year's Bachelorette.
My 83-year-old Aunt Connie is like, that's my show. It's The Bachelorette. How would you? And she watches it. Well, they made some news.
Yes.
In the season finale, and this goes back to my whole thing about women wanting to be treated equal, but not really, and just questionable thoughts. The Bachelorette didn't pick this guy. And
I thought for sure she was going to pick him.
Right. Did not pick him. And the guy was like in love with her, and they were in love with it, and she was in love, and she's trying. And after The Bachelorette, they do this show where they sit down and they interview everybody.
Right.
It's sort of like the Armstrong and Getty after show without Armstrong and Getty. We should talk about what happened on the show. And something came up. It's kind of hard to hear, but I'm going to play you a clip from the other night's show of The Bachelorette, and she's explaining why the guy's great. The guy's great. She loves him, but she just didn't pick him.
And I do think that you deserve, like we talked about, to find that great love, and like you deserve somebody that is going to reciprocate that back to you. 100% you deserve that.
Knowing how in love with you I was. If you weren't in love with me, I'm just not sure why you made love with me. I don't.
Right.
Well, first of all, I think that's kind of below the belt. I think that's something that should be private and kept private.
She got her stuff told on live television. I thought that was fantastic. I make my husband, he sits next to me and watches it, and he bites his tongue the whole time trying not to say sarcastic things. But we were watching it yesterday, and oh my gosh, it was so great because her reaction and just like she couldn't believe he said it, and we were like, yes, finally someone said something.
But he was a gentleman. He didn't say, then how come you banged me?
Yeah, that's
This is what I would have said. If you love me so much, how come we banged each other? Because in culture, in my mind anyway, if you go out on a girl and she lets you bang her, well, make love, as a gentleman would say.
Yeah.
That's a sign. But I love it. First of all, they're on this show. Cameras are around them 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
They go and I don't really watch the show, but from what I understand, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they have this fantasy suite or something.
Fantasy suite.
What's the fantasy suite?
The fantasy suite is so it comes down to a couple, I think 2 or 3 guys, and they have these little special dates, and then at the end of the date they could say, would you like to go back to the fantasy suite, and we'll have, that means it's free from any cameras. They can do and say whatever they want. That's in the fantasy suite when she was one of the bachelorettes on The Bachelor with the Pablo dude. That's where she discovered that he was a big jerk, and that's why she left the show. And so
first of all, let me point out one thing. ABC, the network that does this show, want you to believe that it's just so the cameras aren't there, and she can say how she truly feels. What ABC is hoping is that they have sex.
Right.
That's what they're wishing.
Scandal.
And that's what even my 83-year-old Aunt Connie is wondering when they go to the fantasy suite.
Right.
Because why don't they just videotape what happens in the fantasy suite and turn off the microphones?
That's true.
What? I like you, but turn off the mic, and she could say, but you're of Arab descent, and I don't like Arabs. Maybe she doesn't want to say that.
Right.
But for them not to put cameras there, and they videotape everything. The show's been one big long makeout session. I'm like, the first season, I think
she kissed everybody. She didn't kiss. She made out with everybody. Yeah. I don't know how you can do that.
I know.
And have say with a straight face that you're interested in just one person.
Yeah.
Then I don't think she's truly wants to have a
The guy on what's that show? The Five. The liberal guy who's on The Five actually even said that he thought she was a little bit of a tramp, a fastie.
Yeah.
And.
I never heard that term, fasty. She's a fast girl.
I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't want to say slut. I don't want to say that. I want to be nice. But it's. I have to be honest. When I remember the first seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, which I kind of watched a little bit, because it was new and different, they kissed. But now in season, what is it, 26? Season 50th? Not only do they kiss, it looks like it's a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. It looks like she's trying to help him because he swallowed something and she's trying to get it out.
With her tongue.
With her tongue. I mean, it looks like... even in movies, when you kiss and you're in a movie, usually we have acting kisses, and there's a way to kiss. And I know a lot of young actors just like, no, I'm not going to do an acting kiss. It's a real kiss. A real kiss.
I've talked to them.
And I don't know. I was talking to Chris about this. His wife, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this on the air, but she doesn't like it when he kisses girls in plays.
Yeah.
Doesn't
it is
like
awkward. I have the play that I'm rehearsing for right now. I have a kiss.
Really?
It's my first, and I always said, I'm not going to do one. I'm not going to do one. And so it was really difficult.
You've got to. You're an actor.
I know.
That's what you
do.
do.
I thought I was safe because I never saw myself as leading lady
material. Well, this is great. This is pushing you.
It is. And so it's a totally growing experience, but it was really, I find kissing to be more intimate than sex.
Yes.
To me, it's so close.
A lot of prostitutes won't kiss you.
Right.
Unless you give them an extra 50. that's
but
hard.
you don't know. You've just heard that from other people.
I would never. Like my mother told my view on prostitution is prostitutes are people who are really ugly, and we should love these women because they're doing a service. The thing about, I asked Chris this because you're an actress, and that reminds me. Let me give you a copy of My Life as a Troll before you go home.
Okay. Yeah.
And in that movie, I played a guy named Louis Kappa who was gay, and there was a kissing scene. And I had to come to, am I going to do it? I'm not going to do it, blah, 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 blah. You have, kissing a chick for me is no problem. I've done it, great, no problem. But now the new thing is, you get the part, and in it, it says, you got to kiss a woman.
Right.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
When we come back, Gina Renee, actress, we'll find out how committed you are to your craft. Would you kiss a woman in a movie or a play? We'll continue. This is Dominic on the air.
Okay, I've got something cool to tell you about. Mother and daughter, they come from South Africa. They set up a website so you can buy really cool stuff. It's called UNIIK Stuff. You know me, Dominic. I can hardly pronounce my name. I would say Stuff. Just go to UNIIK Stuff. They go around the world to find really, really cool and interesting stuff. You buy straight from them at excellent prices. Neat gifts at amazing prices. It's boutique things without boutique prices. What do they got? Jewelry, stationery, kids' hats, watches, lockets, and hundreds of more things. If you don't know what you want to buy somebody for a present, go there, look around. You might find just what you need. It's called Yuki Stuff. UNIIKSTUFF.com. The link's at DominiconTheAir.com. Just go to links. UNIIK Stuff. Gifts that are delightfully different. Dominic here for a special petition I want you to sign. It won't cost you anything. I gotta tell you, I'm puzzled why the people who listen to the show don't sign the petition. It's for a great cause. It's a lifetime exemption from personal income tax for people who win the Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, there's only like 73 of these people. These people have risked their lives. Some of them have lost limbs. It's very, very hard to win one of these things. Everyone's a hero. I know movie stars are a hero, but these guys are true heroes. Go to DominiconTheAir.com, click on links, and sign the petition. It'll take you 30 seconds. It'll cost you nothing. It's really a nice way to show you support the troops, that you support America. Now, everybody coming back from the war is a hero, but the Congressional Medal of Honor winners, they went above the call of duty. Please, I'm asking. Go to DominiconTheAir.com, links, click on sign the petition. Thank you and God bless. So, you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering, what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation? Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. You know, Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed. It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air? The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe. Go to DominiconTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday.
Back to Dominic on the air.
Dating naked is what a part of what appears to be a new trend on television. Discovery Channel also has a show called Naked and Afraid. The West Coast head of development at Discovery Channel, who produces the show Naked and Afraid, said, the secret sauce of our show is not the fact that they're naked. It's the storytelling, the cast, and the survival experience that's authentic. Then why are they naked? It's pretty crazy. Why does this happen? We already have naked reality shows. They're called porn.
Oh, it's funny. Jimmy Kimmel, funny man. Dominic on the air. Gina Renee is here. We've been talking about The Bachelorette.
And I do think that you deserve, like we talked about, to find that great love. And like you deserve somebody that is going to reciprocate that back to you. 100% you deserve that.
Knowing how in love with you I was. If you weren't in love with me, I'm just not sure why you made love with me. I don't.
Well, first of all, I think that's...
I love that.
And then she gets upset.
Yeah.
She gets upset.
Because she got called on her stuff. And, here's the other thing. So the guy who won, Josh,
Yeah.
he's in the back room getting to listen to this.
Yeah, and what if they didn't make love?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me explain something to people. When you meet a girl and on the first date you stoop her, it's not called making love.
No.
It's not called making love.
No.
Making love is when your wife made pizza for the kids, fed all the kids, put them to bed, and she's tired and she don't look that great, guys. But she needs some romance, and you two, then it's called making love, because that's what it is. It's love.
Right.
It's okay. She looks a little bloated, but we love. No, I mean, I just despise the idea that they use terms like making love. It's not. It's being promiscuous.
Right.
It's being and
it's
not
casual sex. That's all it is. It's casual sex.
Yes.
It doesn't have the intimacy level that a committed relationship has.
I always say to my daughter, Dominique, I say, Dominique.
The twins, right? Dominic Jr. and Dominique.
I always say to her, listen, don't be doing it on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be doing it on the second date. Third date, no. When you got the ring on the finger, then you can do filthy, disgusting stuff. But not until you got that ring in the finger. No dirty, disgusting stuff. But that's this way. Now, Chris was on, and we were talking about kissing, and his wife gets a little nervous when he has to kiss a girl in a scene in a play.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, would he kiss a guy? Because a lot of times you got to kiss a guy. And Chris on the air said he didn't think so.
Right.
And off the air, we started making out.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like,
he couldn't,
let's make out.
He couldn't resist those. So, yeah. He couldn't resist those cheeks.
So no, it's interesting because I always bring up Will Smith, who wanted acting credibility, and he did a show where he played a guy who was gay, and there was a scene where he's supposed to kiss another guy, and he said, "I'm not doing it." And to this day, Will Smith says he's sorry he didn't commit. Now, let's set the record straight. You are a goody two-shoes.
Yes, that's what I've heard, yes. I grew up, and now I'm a goody two-shoes.
You go to church, you do all this stuff. I know, here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
And you're weighing now between me, the way I do it, weighing the goody two-shoes, the moral beliefs, as opposed to being an artist.
Right.
And to me, and as someone who has done a film where I had to kiss someone of the same sex, and I had to kiss a woman, and well, I won't tell you. You gotta go to DominickOnTheAir.com.
That's right.
Go to buy stuff and buy the movie. My Life as a Troll. Would you, Gina Renee? And this is a great role.
Okay.
Now I'm going to set this up.
Yeah, set it up.
I'm going to set this up just right. This role, you are discovered at the Sacramento Playhouse. And you're doing this little scene, and they say, "Oh my God, she's the star of $100 million movie. We're gonna make her, and we're gonna pay her $10 million for this. Kids' college is all taken care of. Everything's totally great, and the character's a wonderful, wonderful character. Beautiful acting chops. You get to play, and this part was written for you. But there's a scene where at one point she's confused, and her good friend, who's a lesbian, who looks a lot like Rosie O'Donnell. As a matter of fact, it is Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, now you just ruined it.
Approaches her, and while she's sitting there watching TV, kisses her, and for a split second, Gina Renee, your character kisses back, and they kiss passionately. That's in the script. The role is yours. $10 million. Your kids go to college. You're an artist. In the credits, we will put, by the way, Gina Renee is not a lesbian. We'll say that right in the credits. Not a lesbian. Would you, Gina Renee, take the part?
If it was a story that I believed in and the process was organic, then yes. If it's not organic and it's when you get a play or a script and it says, here you're going to do this and here you're going to do that, that's not organic. That's puppeteering.
For people who don't know, organic means it's something that grows out of the lines and the words.
If it comes naturally, then yes, that it makes sense to the scene. If it's gratuitous, and just on purpose for shock value, no.
Well,
not interested.
Well, this just proves to me, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Dominic on the Air show, we have another exclusive. Gina Renee comes out of the closet. Gina Renee is a lesbian. I hope your husband and kids are not listening. Gina, I think it's very brave of you to come out right here on the show, and thank you for doing it on the show.
Yes.
We now know
anything
that
for ratings.
We know
It was an
Gina's
organic moment.
Gina's got the hots for Rosie O'Donnell. We know.
You had to do that one, and Rosie.
Dude, I'd make out with Rosie O'Donnell.
Really, she's so
I'd
angry.
make out with
Last week
Whoopi
we talked about
Goldberg.
how angry she is.
Yeah, but she's got a soft side. And anyway,
And when she's on her medication.
Let me be gentle here. I have a feeling if the scene was with Rosie O'Donnell, you wouldn't be playing the masculine one, so it'd be a lot easier for you. You know what I'm saying? She would do all the work. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Chris wouldn't answer because he's afraid. You've got to watch My Life as a Troll and tell me what you think. I ask people when they watch it to call me right after they watch it and let me know what they think of it, because then 3 days later, because I like to pick their brains. What do you think of this scene? You know, and some people said they absolutely hated it. Some people say, why is it so convoluted and confusing? And I'd say it's an art film. And people who don't know what an art film is don't know what I'm talking about. But you know, so okay, we got the answer on The Bachelor. We're doing hard-hitting journalism today on Dominic on the Air. Hard-hitting journalism. Another big story besides The Bachelor, and this is a big exclusive here. Well, I think people will talk about this story, but no one will present it ever the way we're going to present it right here on Dominic on the Air.
Okay.
Two pretty boys. Two actors that are just too friggin' pretty.
Right.
Orlando Bloom,
who
is pretty, right?
He's a very pretty boy.
Very pretty boy.
He's so pretty.
And Justin Bieber,
Ugh,
who is
a pretty girl. He's a very pretty girl.
Who actually Chris said he'd probably do a scene with Justin Bieber if he had it. So okay, they were in Spain. And they were having a heated discussion. Some would say an argument, and they were nose to nose, and arguing, and it was something.
It's a hilarious image.
It something happened, I guess, in the past. Justin Bieber was coming on to Orlando's girlfriend or something, which just amazed me because who knew Orlando Bloom was straight? This was a big shock for me. And he was upset about it. And if you know the story, you know that Justin Bieber is also dating Selena
Gomez.
Selena Gomez. And it was on the news. And here's how the story broke. You got to listen really carefully to the story of Orlando Bloom punching in the face, starting a fist fight with Justin Bieber. Here's the story.
Denne videoen viser skuespilleren Orlando Bloom lange ut mot tenåringsidolet Justin Bieber, før Orlando Bloom til slutt retter et slag mot Bieber. Et slag som ser ut til å treffe Biebers livvakt. Bieber har ropt "What's up, bitch" til Hollywood-skuespillerens kjæreste Selena Gomez. What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch?
Did you... That was in German. That was in German, Gina. That was in German.
Oh my God!
I mean, that was in German, and it just tickled me so much because, you know, in German you don't understand what the heck they're saying.
No.
But you understand Justin Bieber, you understand Orlando. What's up, bitch? And then the chickies there. You gotta. For those of you who went too fast, just take a second again, and listen again to. If we didn't speak English, we're in Germany. We see this fight that happened, and the headline is in English. Justin Bieber gets punched in the face by Orlando Bloom, and we put on the news, and this is what we hear.
Denne videoen viser skuespilleren Orlando Bloom lange ut mot tenåringsidolet Justin Bieber, før Orlando Bloom til slutt retter et slag mot Bieber. Et slag som ser ut til å treffe Biebers livvakt. Bieber har ropt "What's up, bitch" til Hollywood-skuespilleren kjæreste Selena Gomez. What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch?
Who knew in German? What's up, bitch is the same thing as what's up, bitch.
Right, they don't have any translation for it.
I think this is unbelievable. I think I speak German now.
Yeah.
When I go to German, I go, hello, what's up, bitch? I mean, of course, we are talking about a female dog when we say that.
Yes.
There has to be a word in German for female dog. There has to be.
I would think so.
Yeah,
Should I go to Google Translate?
What? Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber What's her name? Gomez?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. I can understand with the names, but I just thought that was just totally amazing. I used to really like this crazy guy who was governor of Massachusetts, Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
I used to like him, and then I started to realize that he's a total moron, a total idiot. And I'll tell you why. I want to talk about him, and I want to talk about what's going on in our universities. Another. Today it's all women's stuff. We're talking all about a lot of women's stuff. So.
Good thing I'm here.
Listen.
I can speak for all women.
You do.
I've been given the plaque.
You are the one. Listen to the spots. We'll be right back. This is Dominick on the air. So you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation. Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. You know, Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed. It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday. Okay, I've got something cool to tell you about. Mother and daughter, they come from South Africa. They set up a website so you can buy really cool stuff. It's called UNIIK Stuff. You know me, Dominic. I can hardly pronounce my name. I would say Stuff. Just go to UNIIK Stuff. They go around the world to find really, really cool and interesting stuff. You buy straight from them at excellent prices. Neat gifts at amazing prices. It's boutique things without boutique prices. What do they got? Jewelry, stationery, kids' hats, watches, lockets, and hundreds of more things. If you don't know what you want to buy somebody for a present, go there, look around. You might find just what you need. It's called Yuki Stuff. UNIIKSTUFF.com. The link's at DominickOnTheAir.com. Just go to links. UNIIK Stuff. Gifts that are delightfully different.
I have a lot of meetings with clients, and with so much of my business being done online, a lot of my meetings are with people that are in other parts of the country, sometimes in other countries. Scheduling meetings with out-of-towners was impossible until I started using GoToMeeting. Not only can I meet with clients that are out of town, but a meeting with local people doesn't take up all day of me driving to their office and back and having the meeting. You can conference with as few as 5 to as many as 100 participants. You can even share documents with them, conduct staff meetings, give sales presentations, even collaborate with coworkers that are at other locations. It's so much more personal than a conference call on a speakerphone sitting on a desk. Now get this, you can try GoToMeeting for free for 30 days. Just go to webconferencetrial.com. webconferencetrial.com. Imagine having meetings all over town and all over the world in just one day. So visit webconferencetrial.com for your free 30-day trial. webconferencetrial.com.
Dominic here for a special petition I want you to sign. It won't cost you anything. I gotta tell you, I'm puzzled why the people who listen to the show don't sign the petition. It's for a great cause. It's a lifetime exemption from personal income tax for people who win the Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, there's only like 73 of these people. These people have risked their lives. Some of them have lost limbs. It's very, very hard to win one of these things. Everyone's a hero. I know movie stars are a hero, but these guys are true heroes. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com, click on links, and sign the
the petition. It'll take you 30 seconds. It'll cost you nothing. It's really a nice way to show you support the troops, that you support America. Now, everybody coming back from the war is a hero, but the Congressional Medal of Honor winners, they went above the call of duty. Please, I'm asking, go to DominickOnTheAir.com, links, click on song.
Back to Dominick on the air.
Sharknado is now on DVD. Own the Sci-Fi Channel movie that will have you saying, I already watched this piece of crap on the Sci-Fi Channel. Why did I spend money to buy it on DVD? What is my strange obsession with cheesy dialogue, bad acting, and poorly rendered special effects? I need help. Sharknado. Own it on DVD. And then ask yourself, why?
Oh, man. Dominick on the air coming at you live. Listen, Gina Renee is here. Just found out that our phone lines have been turned off.
Oh.
And people have been calling and getting not there. So Dr. Joe's calling in. Should call in right now. And we gave him the number. And now the phones are turned on.
Call in.
Yeah, because we talked about Dr. Joe, and he just always lying to me, always telling me stories that are not true, and I believe them. And he called me on my cell phone and says, "Hey, Brasha, I've been trying to call you. It said your phone ain't working." And I'm like, "Well, Joe," and I'm thinking he got the wrong number because that's what you always think.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the right number, but the Skype thing was turned off. And from what I'm looking at right now, it should be on right now. So if you've been trying to call the show, feel free to call it now. Call in, especially Joe. I feel horrible that Joe's been listening. We've been talking about him, and he hasn't been able to respond. That number again is 916-596-9877. 916-596-9877. We could even ask Joe because he's from as a sort of as a wiser, older generation, what he thought about the whole idea of
striking a woman.
Yeah, if a woman punches you first. And I have a feeling I know Joe, and I have a feeling he's going to say no, not at all, not at all. So 916-596-9877. Our phones are open right now. Jeez, I feel like such an idiot. What happened was they were fixing the computers last night. The guy was here like at 8, 9:30, 10 o'clock fixing the computers, and let's do a test. Why don't you pick up your phone right now and dial the number?
All right.
See if you can get through. And wait a minute, I got him. I think we got him. Let's go to the phones and say hello. You're on the radio. Hello, is this Joe? Hey, Joe.
Nice to talk to you. What a great show. I mean, I just love listening to it. I can't say enough about your show, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
But I'm gonna have to tell you. You murdered my story. I mean, you chopped it up, you butchered it like I can't believe. No rehearsal. I rehearsed that story now for 20 years, and I got it down. You left the best parts out.
What was the best? Well, first of all, I'm telling Gina that you lie to me constantly, and I believe he told me the story about how him and his uncle robbed a church.
Right.
And I was like, looking at him, going, "Oh my own!" And then at the end of this big long thing, I'm like, "Wow, I got to tell this on the radio." So they robbed the church. At the end, it was a joke. It wasn't true, he wouldn't have told me unless his lovely wife said he's joking.
Hey, you're an improv genius in my opinion, Dr. Joe.
Well, thank you very much. You have excellent taste. You're not only a great host, and Dom's lucky to have you on the show there, but you have excellent taste. You're a good judge of character. I can say that.
Joe, are you watching on TV also?
I was, and then I hit the computer to find the phone message. And
okay, so listen, Joe, I got to tell the story. Last night, first of all, I love Joe. Joe's a great friend of mine. Yeah. Joe actually gives me the tomatoes. I've been eating his tomatoes all day.
Oh, nice.
So Joe's like, I want to listen to your show. He wants. I said, Joe, I want to be a subscriber. I said, no, Joe, you don't have to be a subscriber. You're my friend. Just listen. No, I want to subscribe. So Joe gets the computer out and puts it there, and his whole family got a wonderful Italian family. Everybody's around us, and Joe and I are on the computer, and Joe's like, well, how do you turn it on? And I see the little power button, and I push it, and it's like, it's not going on. And Joe's like, maybe there's a button on the side. So everyone's around us. Me and Joe got this laptop, and we're pushing buttons and all this. And we look up, and Joe's daughter says, oh, yeah, that's the broken computer. That's the broken computer. Right, Joe?
And what's my daughter's name, Dom?
Brooke?
Gina.
Gina. Just like, oh yeah, Gina.
That's right.
But you got so many.
Yeah.
you
Good
got so-
name.
Joe's got a lot of beautiful daughters and
Oh.
grandchildren, and he's also got crucifixes,
Mm-hmm.
crosses all over the house. I was telling your daughter that in case a vampire attacks,
You're totally safe.
you are totally safe, Joe. And she said to me that your wife used to. This sounds really cool to me because as a Catholic, we love crosses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She had a whole wall. Is this right, Joe? She had a whole wall of crosses and crucifixes, and when she moved, she had all the crosses and she put them around the house. Is that true?
Well, Dom, you weren't in my house last night. You were in my daughter's house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, it used to be my house. My daughter bought it from me. God bless her. She's a great kid.
Yes, she is.
And my son-in-law is even greater. He's really a gem. But
Oh, that's
my
awesome.
daughter's very religious.
Yes.
And she has the crucifixes around the house.
That's
And she has the Maloya necklace on too. I don't know.
That's an
Can you
Italian
explain
thing.
to-
Okay.
No, I can't
explain to
explain. Explain to what Maloika is.
It's the evil eye.
Yes.
Oh.
Sicilians. I'm gonna Joe. What I'm gonna do for people watching on camera, I right now am gonna give you the evil eye, Gina. This is how we give the evil eye. See, I'm making my two fingers like that and put right. That's the evil eye. I've only given it twice, and that was on the Verrazano Bridge at the toll guy. I gave him that, but yeah. Joe, so listen, briefly, we talked about in the beginning of the show this whole story about this sports guy's in trouble, and Whoopi Goldberg said, and everyone's yelling at Whoopi, and Whoopi said, very attractive woman, you know, Joe, I would date her in 10 seconds. Whoopi Goldberg said that if a woman hits a man, she shouldn't be surprised that a man hits her back. And I pointed out that I agree with that because women are in the Army now, they're Marines, they're all that. First, Gina was shocked, but I think you see my point, right, Gina?
Yeah.
Joe, what do you think about that?
Well, did you ever see that movie, Arthur?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's having dinner with his fiance that they want him to marry. I think her father's name was Johnson or something.
Uh-huh.
And she said to him, a real woman could make you stop drinking, and he said a real big woman. Now, if a real big woman hits me, I'm not going to hit her back.
Oh, really?
But no, I wouldn't hit a woman back. If a woman hit me, you know what I would do, Scott, Dom?
Yeah.
I would run.
Yeah. But see,
I
Joe,
would run
I got to tell you, I would, because I believe in women having equal rights. So just for the fact that I want to treat women equally, I would have to hit her to show her, in my mind, she was equal to a man. I just have to. That's why I would do it. Hey, Joe, thanks for calling. We appreciate the phone call. One of my good friends. I love.
It was great talking to you, Joe.
We might even go to an Italian feast together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great guy, great family guy, and all that. So, okay, we heard from Joe. He wouldn't. I think a lot of Italian men wouldn't do that. Wouldn't hit anybody back.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. And maybe you shouldn't just say Italian. Maybe I'm being a little, a lot of Irish guys wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of Irish guys. They'd slug you real good. No.
No, I think a lot of it depends on generation as well.
Right. Speaking of generations, here's a story which just freaks me out, and it just the two places where this is big in the story are. Let's see. Here's where I put my glasses up. I didn't mind putting my glasses up when we were just on radio.
Yeah.
But when we're on, I know people are also watching the video.
Yeah.
I feel weird doing it, but I got to do it to read. I'm sorry. California is one of the states that is really pushing this gender open restrooms.
Yeah.
Gender open restrooms. Let me read the story. The headline is University to offer gender open restrooms. Northwestern University adds to a list of more than 150 campuses with gender open restrooms nationwide. What this means is you're young, like Joe's listening. Joe's got a beautiful 19 or 20-year-old granddaughter, and she's at Northwestern University, and she has to use the restroom. And the restroom she has, there'll be big, hairy, ugly guys in there. And this is what women are saying. A spokesman for the campus, an idiot named Bob, said, quote, "We're trying to be responsive to the needs of all our students, to be inclusive."
Right.
So I guess
I bet the real reason is they don't want to spend the money to make a separate bathroom for.
Well, actually, I wish it was that, but they're
Mm-hmm.
actually changing bathrooms that are that way.
Yeah.
So it's inclusive for a woman to be sitting next to a big, ugly, hairy guy. And Southwest University joins 150 campuses across the nation, which have some kind of gender equality bathroom. Gender equality, unisex gender equality, unisex bathrooms.
You remember the show Ally McBeal? They had a unisex bathroom.
Horrible. I think a girl's good looking. The worst thing I could do is sitting there and, oh, she's so beautiful. And all of a sudden I hear. That's it. That's it. I don't want to be around her.
Well, maybe it would end sexual harassment in the workplace.
Or maybe it would smell like perfume, and I would tell her she's really sweet. Let's see. The group called the LGBTQ.
Put some more letters in there.
Yeah. Which say this is the greatest thing that could ever happen. But there is a little concern that among some female students who now must share bathrooms with men, there is concern by some of the women. But they're saying that it's not enough. There's not enough concern that it's going to stop their transition to going to unisex bathrooms. The open gender campuses trend mirrors newly appointed federal laws and state laws that men and women should use the same bathroom. Here's my question, Gina.
Okay.
You know how feminists are?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
The feminists are going around. This is great. I'll do my impersonation of a feminist.
Okay.
Hey, listen, this is great. I'm a woman. I've been fighting for gender equality for years. Me and my lover, Sandra, we think that this is absolutely great. And, men and women should use the same bathroom. What is this feminist going to say when she goes into the bathroom and a guy is sitting there and his junk is out?
Right.
His junk is out. And he looks over to her. And then he looks down at his junk and looks over. Because some pervert guys get off on that.
Oh, yeah.
And get off of that. Is she going to say, oh, wait a minute. This guy's, I can see his junk. He's getting off on this. And what's the test to find out if a guy was really showing his junk because he's a pervert or just so happens that he's like Dominick Brascia. He's very well endowed, and you got to move farther away from. No, I mean, what? This is again treating men. Men are in a situation where they can't win.
Right, because
they
you can't put cameras in the bathroom to prove anything.
So, and what are you going to say? If you're a guy now, you're going to if a girl walks in, you got to be careful that God forbid you're urinating and she might see something, but then if you say, well. If the feminist might say, that's okay, women can see those things, who cares? You know what? If you're a 19-year-old girl and some pervert, this is great for him. He's going to be sitting there with some sweetheart girl, and she's going to be, I can't say anything because I'm a true liberated woman. I can't say anything. And he's going to be touching himself inappropriately. And you can't prove it because, hey, dude.
Right.
I mean, I'm a guy, okay? And I have, once in a while when you're standing at those, guys, please put the urinal so you can't look over. Guys won't tell you, but I like the ones that have the little walls between them.
Yeah.
I went to one.
Why isn't there little walls?
In Texas, they don't even have it. They have a big sink.
Like a
trough?
You just
stand, trough. It's like unbelievable. And it's really weird because when I moved to Texas, I couldn't reach the urinal. I was too short. I'm 5'8". So it was really hard. But the thing is, even I, Dominick Brascia, am sitting there every once in a while. You're sitting there, you're doing your own thing, but on the corner of your eye, you see movement sometimes, and you don't know what that movement is. And and once in a while, like Vincent, Nicholas, and I will admit, once in a while we do a quick little go. What the hell's going on over there?
Right.
And some people are adjusting, and some people aren't. But this is life. This is as a disgusting pig man. These are things I have to live with. But I think this is horrible. I think this is another destruction of America.
Well, I wonder. I've never been to Britain, to England.
Have you ever been in a men's room?
Yes, I used to be janitor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, as a custodian.
She's not a goody two-shoes. She's
have
been
a-
in men's bathrooms.
That's right.
We won't ask anymore.
And just so you know, everyone always says, "Oh, men's bathrooms are so gross. Women's bathrooms are disgusting. They're the worst." But anyways, I had heard I was listening to a podcast or something, and someone was talking about different bathrooms. How come in America we have stalls with the little where there's breaks in the stalls, you can see through all the doors?
Yeah.
I guess there, I don't know, I can't
They're
confirm
like full
this.
rooms.
They're full little rooms.
Full
Like if you go to Nordstrom's, they have little rooms that you go to the bathroom in.
In
They're
Hollywood, some clubs have that, so you can go in there and do cocaine and no one will bother you.
Oh,
Or you can
nice.
go in there and have sex.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it's like that. I've always wondered that too as a small child. But going back to the men's bathroom and stuff, I didn't let my sons go in the men's bathroom until they were probably like 10 years old. It's like, no, you're coming in with me. Or I would stand outside the door and I'd give the evil eye to every man that walked in. Yeah, my son's in there. I'm just waiting here. I'm waiting right here because my son's right there. Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah.
Lee, how you doing? Or hey, Andrew.
I got to tell you, it was in one of the things I remember in life. I remember that transition that I went through.
Yes.
From going in with my mom to going in alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I was like, well, Mom, can't I go in a few more times? She said, no, you got to go in alone.
When I heard your story of the creepy guy over the stall, that was the whole reason I'm like, see, I'm not paranoid. There is creepy stuff that goes on.
There was a creepy guy looking at me, and I didn't know, and I thought it was my fault, which I was like, I ran out of there. I was, oh my goodness. So I know this is a big segment people love. It's coming up, Gina. Are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready.
Odd News of the Day by Gina Renee. We'll continue. This is Dominic on. Okay, I've got something cool to tell you about. Mother and daughter, they come from South Africa. They set up a website so you can buy really cool stuff. It's called UNIIK Stuff. You know me, Dominic. I can hardly pronounce my name. I would say Stuff. Just go to UNIIK Stuff. They go around the world to find really, really cool and interesting stuff. You buy straight from them at excellent prices. Neat gifts at amazing prices. It's boutique things without boutique prices. What do they got? Jewelry, stationery, kids' hats, watches, lockets, and hundreds of more things. If you don't know what you want to buy somebody for a present, go there, look around. You might find just what you need. It's called UNIIK Stuff. UNIIKSTUFF.com. The links at DominiconTheAir.com. Just go to links. UNIIK Stuff. Gifts that are delightfully different.
I have a lot of meetings with clients, and with so much of my business being done online, a lot of my meetings are with people that are in other parts of the country, sometimes in other countries. Scheduling meetings with out-of-towners was impossible until I started using GoToMeeting. Not only can I meet with clients that are out of town, but a meeting with local people doesn't take up all day of me driving to their office and back and having the meeting. You can conference with as few as 5 to as many as 100 participants. You can even share documents with them, conduct staff meetings, give sales presentations, even collaborate with coworkers that are at other locations. It's so much more personal than a conference call on a speakerphone sitting on a desk. Now get this, you can try GoToMeeting for free for 30 days. Just go to webconferencetrial.com. webconferencetrial.com. Imagine having meetings all over town and all over the world in just one day. So visit webconferencetrial.com for your free 30-day trial. webconferencetrial.com.
Dominic here for a special petition I want you to sign. It won't cost you anything. I gotta tell you, I'm puzzled why the people who listen to the show don't sign the petition. It's for a great cause. It's a lifetime exemption from personal income tax for people who win the Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, there's only like 73 of these people. These people have risked their lives. Some of them have lost limbs. It's very, very hard to win one of these things. Everyone's a hero, I know, movie stars are a hero, but these guys are true heroes. Go to DominiconTheAir.com, click on links, and sign the
the petition. It'll take you 30 seconds. It'll cost you nothing. It's really a nice way to show you support the troops, that you support America. Now, everybody coming back from the war is a hero, but the Congressional Medal of Honor winners, they went above the call of duty. Please, I'm asking. Go to DominickOnTheAir.com, links, click on sign the petition. Thank you and God bless. So, you consider yourself a true friend of Armstrong and Getty. But you've been wondering, what really happened when the whole crew of Armstrong and Getty took a midweek vacation? Well, this Thursday, for the first time ever, it will be revealed what really happened, why the show was pulled off the air. Did you know Clear Channel was afraid of being bombed? It was iffy there for a little bit. Was Armstrong and Getty coming back? The true inside story. What happened on the midweek vacation that pulled your favorite morning show off the air? The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story this Thursday. But if you're not a subscriber, you won't hear it. That's right. Only subscribers will hear the story. Come on, it's not fair. You've been listening for months and months and months. Subscribe! Go to DominickOnTheAir.com. The Armstrong and Getty midweek vacation story. It all happens this Thursday.
Back to Dominick on the air.
In the United States of America, you can buy water, bottled water, that is flavored like chocolate chip cookies. Because, I mean, that's the only way we're going to keep America hydrated. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen?
Dominick on the air coming up in just a couple minutes. Odd news with Gina Renee. We don't have a lot of time for Gina. I'm sorry. You and I just got long-winded.
Yes, that's okay.
Notice I said you and I. I want to remind everybody who's a subscriber, our special, going to tell you the story of what the mini vacation was really all about. I sent out test emails yesterday. If you got a test email, great. You'll get the story tomorrow, the MP3 of me explaining what the midweek vacation was all about. If you didn't get an email and you're a subscriber, and by the way, just because you subscribe on YouTube doesn't mean you're a subscriber. You gotta go to either my site, DominickOnTheAir.com, or Patreon, and it's 23 cents a day.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going out tomorrow, so please.
Subscribe, people.
Or contact me, abrasha@aol.com, if you didn't get a test email.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, because I send it from AOL, it goes into the junk drawer.
Spam.
And yeah, and I don't mean it to do that, but
that's an AOL thing.
Here we go.
It's Odd News
with Gina Renee. Okay, Dominick, I'm going to be real quick because we don't have a lot of time. So the first one I'm going to do
We don't have a lot of time. This is unbelievable. How this would never happen on Armstrong and Getty.
No, we had a great show today. A priest says the devil won't stop texting him. He says that he was receiving these text messages and he's trying to save this gal who he thinks is possessed. And
that story was great when we did it yesterday, Gina.
No, you're lying.
No, I did it yesterday. No. Yes, he was getting text and he said the little girl was saying, "I'm not leaving her body."
I haven't listened to the last 40 minutes of yesterday. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, well then fine. Geraldo Rivera.
Okay.
Okay. Have you heard about the controversy?
No.
This is the only time I'm going to do.
No.
So Geraldo Rivera was on a show, and they were talking about this new thing called beta marriages.
Yeah.
Beta marriages are something that it's a non-formalized kind of union, and that we have a 2-year trial period, no paperwork, and you can get out of it easier.
Horrible.
So he said, because he's a guy who's been married 4 times.
Yeah.
He's been married now for the last 11
and
years.
He's cheated on all his wives.
Yeah, he's got his own issues. Well, he has 3 daughters, and so he says he went on to explain that he's against the idea of beta marriages, arguing that while men bring money to a marriage, women bring their youth, and that a woman's youth is precious. Okay, that to me, I'm a woman, and I think that makes sense as a man talking about his daughters.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the female panels, the people that he was on there with, just were up in arms. Like, what are you talking about? That she only brings her youth. She has so much more. It's like, you missed the whole thing, chick.
Yes. It was the feminist. Let me tell you, you're a sexist. Yeah. I'm a feminist. Me and Shirley.
Twitter was going crazy, saying, he's extremely sexist and weird, and so he just went on to say, look, I stand by my statement. It contradicts what his remarks were. He was just trying to say that value yourself a little bit more, ladies. Is that so wrong?
I agree. We should. Oh, we could spend a whole hour talking about that. Maybe we will tomorrow when my guest will be Kevin. Kevin. That's going to be great. Gina, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
I
you,
had
Dominic.
a great time. Did you have a good time today?
I always have a wonderful time with you.
Okay, well, so you say that because you lie.
I do.
Gina, thank you so much. Hey, remember, subscribe. We need your subscribers. We can't do this without you. Till tomorrow, I'm Dominick Brascia for Gina Renee saying you can't hate somebody if you're hugging them. Take care, and God bless.
God bless.
Man.